Afternoon, everybody. You know, a lot of people have a question. You know, lately I've been talking a lot about Disney's bonkers, Because, believe it or not, there's a lot of articles explaining of how the series came to be, different opinions and stuff like that. People saying who they favored as the better partner for bonkers and stuff. But the one constant question I think pops up every now and then in these things is why does Bonkers look so different between the Miranda episodes and the Lucky episodes? Well, as many people pretty much know and pretty much have pointed out, the first few Miranda episodes, if you will, the first 10, if you will, or 19, well, the entire 19 episodes, but the first 10 that are shown after the Lucky episodes are basically Bonker's design is based off his raw tunage design, with a few exceptions, as you can see. The ears are not entirely black, they're kind of, with an orange and a black top and everything. So, not entirely, but mostly close to that. So again, people wonder why not stick with the design they had with Lucky. Well, the thing is, when people looked at that rare episode called New Partners on the Block, which, as many people look at with the chronologicalness of the episodes, kind of started the mid season 2 premiere. The mid season 1 finale, second season premiere, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Basically, they look at it up as seasons. Like the Lucky Piquel ones were season 1, officially. Season 2 were Miranda. Season 3 was Lucky. And season 4 was Miranda. Okay. So basically, they say they kick it off with that episode. Season 2, the Miranda episodes, the first 10, kick off with that episode, New Partners, and it's basically the same people that did the Lucky episodes, and like I mentioned in my text version, I'll probably provide a link to that if you want to read it, with help from the Miranda crew, the Miranda writing and animation crew. So anyway, here you have that question of why they didn't keep the design. It's the same thing with any season, even if it's even if it's a syndicated show. Everybody knows that the 65 format is basically split up into 3 to 4 mid-seasons. Basically, mid-season, like 3 to 4 mini-seasons. Like the first mini-season, second mini-season, third, fourth. Go figure. So, but just like any regular new season, if you will, a character has to go through his designs. Now, of course, if you just want to look at all the episodes as individual as their own wholes, if you will, you can pretty much say it's a 2-season deal. Like the Lucky episodes definitely dominated the first season, and then the second season, which would come around October, dominated that portion as well, if you get what I'm saying. I mean, heck, if you watched the episodes when they aired on Toon Disney, and then after the entire run was done, officially all 65 was shown, you will notice that all the Lucky episodes were put in order, and the Miranda episodes came last mostly. Well, I'm not saying that entirely happened in syndication, but if you notice it sometimes, it did happen on Toon Disney, and I think during its final run in syndication. But the point I'm trying to make is that with any different season, any newest season, you're always going to get a change in design. Either it's with the main character or supporting character or whatever. So Bonker's design, if you want to look at it through seasons, from him going from the, as some people say, the cuddly, black striped, black spotted, better version, better design, as some people put it, of the Lucky episodes, to his almost cartoonish design, with a few exceptions, to his almost cartoonish design, it's basically called seasonal change. In other words, let's take a look at New Partners. New Partner was officially the last time you saw him like that, if you wanted to split it into 2 different seasons instead of 4 mini seasons. So basically for 2 different seasons, for the second season, he had a whole new design to match up with the fact that he had a new partner and everything was going to be sort of lighter in tone. Now, believe it or not, Bonkers isn't the only one to go through this in syndication or even in network stuff. Take a look at Aladdin, the series that came out the year later, along with Gargoyles. But take a look at Aladdin. Throughout most of the show, Aladdin was either in his street clothes, his street outfit, or his Prince Ali outfit. But as we got later on down the line, towards the end, like with episodes like Seems Like Old Crimes and stuff like that, and the episode with that Chaos character, Aladdin had a different outfit, so did Jasmine. Well, Jasmine really didn't have her new outfit until like the Chaos episode or something like that. But Aladdin had a new kind of outfit, if you will, not so raggedy. He had a belt, sort of like a Swazi, some kind of a waist belt, whatever it was. He had that, and his clothes were a little neater. That basically looks at people would look at that and say, oh, that's change. That's a seasonal change. Because people would look at the fact that Aladdin appeared both on Disney Afternoon and CBS Saturday Morning. So people would look at, let's say, the Disney Afternoon as the first season and Saturday Morning as the second season, or vice versa. And then as we finally got more into the syndication, and we've seen more in syndication than on CBS, that became like the third season, if you will, especially with the new belt design, the new design that he had, and then Jasmine had hers. You kind of get what I'm saying. So it's basically a seasonal change. Now, again, it's not the first time this happens in animation, no. You want a good example, take a look at Sonic the Hedgehog's Saturday AM. First season, you had the character of Rotor and Sally. All right? Rotor and Sally, everybody knew them as they were in the first season. Come the second season, Sally has a vest. Her eyes are still blue, but they have black pupils now. And Rotor's got a complete design makeover. And so does Antoine. Antoine as well has a complete design makeover. And you have an addition of a new character. So character designs, or changing character designs, or the seasonal changes in character designs are not too different, or not that uncommon. I mean, take a look at some of the sitcoms back in the 90s, 80s and the 90s. They pretty much had that same thing too, especially when you look at, let's say, Fresh Prince and Family Matters. Both mothers of those shows, both the mainstay actresses that portrayed the mothers in both those shows, as you got into the latter seasons, if not the last season in the case of Family Matters, there was a different actress brought in to portray the motherly figure. Now, in Fresh Prince's case, that was like in the last few seasons. Family Matters, it was the last season or so. And yes, I understand it was due to money issues maybe and stuff like that behind the scenes. But still, think about it. You tune in to watch Fresh Prince during its, one of its season premieres. I don't know if it was like in its second or third to last season or something like that. And you see the mother there, and you finally see the Vivian character come on screen, and you notice it's not the same actress as before. And you're thinking, whoa, who's this? Where did this come from? Who's this person? And the same thing with Family Matters. And I think the last season or something like that. You're looking to see who the Harriet character is, and it's like, oh, smokes, who's this? I mean, even dinosaurs had a bit of character design change in the animatronics for the main characters, like Charlene and Fran, and I think that's about it. Charlene and Fran had the most change. I mean, you even look at Roseanne, the Becky character. She had two different actors. She had a different actress or so come in and portray her for a while because, the original actress was gone. You have Three's Company. That's a good example right there. Suzanne Summers got replaced by somebody else because she wanted equal pay, but still she got replaced. I mean, because again, like I say, you tune into the station and you're thinking, well, where's Suzanne or where's this person? And you're wondering what happened. It's all, in sitcom and live action television, it's sitcom and even crime dramas and stuff like that. It's all about behind the scenes stuff with money. It's all about the money situation behind the scenes. But still, it's also about seasonal change. Heck, you take a look at the Hogan family. Yeah, again, same thing, behind the scenes money issues and all that. The Valerie character got written out in the third season as to have died in a car crash. Yeah, she's still acknowledged, but still, here comes Sandy Duncan to take her place as the lead female, as the lead character in the show. So again, the difference I will admit between animation and live action sitcoms and dramas and all that. The difference is, in live-action sitcoms, it's a behind-the-scenes situation that involves money and other personal reasons. But when it comes to animation, it's basically a seasonal change. It's like, okay, we're going to have it's like, if the series is going to be lighter in tone the following season, you're going to want to give it a light. You want to change the character design a little bit to go with that lighter tone. But overall, that's basically what seasonal change is. That's basically why Bonkers had that change that he did, even though, as many people would say, Miranda's episodes were aired as part of the Disney Channel sneak peek earlier in the very early portion of '93. But still, again, getting back to the point I'm trying to make, it's all about changing with the seasons and changing with the tone of the show. Oh, and everything. So that's why you always see characters have different designs at times. I mean, you take a look at X-Men. And yes, sometimes it all depends on a different studio taking over. I get that. Different animation studio taking over, that you get different character designs. And yeah, you take a look at the final season of X-Men. Yeah, the animation you can tell is totally different, and the character designs are similar to what you read in the comics. But hey, there you go. Same with the original Ninja Turtles. It took them 7 years. 7 years. 7 or 8 years. And they ended up having new designs in what was known as the Red Sky seasons. In the Red Sky seasons for the next 2 to 3 years. Next 2 to 3 years, they had designs that were darker and grittier, and because it matched up with the atmosphere they were involved in. It was matched up with the Red Sky seasons, if you will. But the point I'm trying to make is very simple. It all depends on the atmosphere that it's all based on atmosphere, and it's also based all on seasonal change. And again, I know there's a difference between sitcoms and animation, like I mentioned. I get that. But hopefully you understand what I'm talking about and kind of get what I'm trying to point out. So hopefully that cleared things up on why, if you're a Bonkers fan or a fan of animation or even live action sitcoms and stuff, why there's always different change. Either it's animation, either it's the character design and animation, or either like in say live action sitcoms, you have different actors or actresses portraying some of the main characters. So hopefully that helped out. And if you want to respond down below, go ahead, comment if you like, and I'll talk to y'all later.